Hey y'all, it's Jamila from Buy Pink, and I've actually launched a new blog called Color Me Crafty. I'll link them both so that you guys can see them. This video will actually be featured on Color Me Crafty. So if you are better with a written post as opposed to the video, um, it'll be over there, and I'll make sure to link the posts in the description. So this video is a beginner's guide to Design Space. Um, a lot of people are new to Cricut and new to the newer Cricut, or new to the newer Cricuts, or new to using Design Space as opposed to a cartridge. So I'm going to show you guys the basics of how it works. So here is the main landing page. You'll see all your projects down here. You can click on View All to open up everything you have. Let me go back to the main page. If you scroll down a bit on this page, there's also some featured ready-to-make projects from Cricut. Here's some stuff on the new infusible inks. You should check out my posts on both blogs about the fusible inks. And then at the bottom here are the projects that are shared by people in the Cricut community. So the first thing we're going to do is click on New Project, and that's how you open up a blank canvas for you to begin a new project. Now here in your canvas, there's a few things. First, there's templates, and templates are just to be used as a guide. They are not to be used to figure out the sizing for your project. It's not going to work out well. So you can put any of the templates in, and then it shows you what your template is right down here. If you want to change the color of your template, you click on that and then go here to color, and that'll change whatever you've chosen to be whatever color you choose. We don't need a template. Oops. So I'm going to turn it off. Next here you have projects, and these are all the Cricut projects is what's going to pop up. You can search here in the search box. You can search for your projects. You can search for Cricut projects. Say I wanted to make a gift for a baby. So we're going to put baby gift. See what pops up. So now I am showing all the projects that are there for me to make for a baby. Next, you have your images. And if you've uploaded images, which if you are new to Cricut, you probably haven't uploaded any images, but you can search the Cricut images, and then over here, you can search all the images. So if I wanted to search one of my images, I'd take, and maybe I don't have one, and type in whatever the name of that image is. So we're not going to upload an image yet, so we're going to go back down here. We're going to go to text. And obviously text is where you are going to type in whatever. You use these little guides here to resize. Like with the lock on, resizing keeps it uniform. But you can take that lock off and, resize it however you like, or spin it. We have shapes. I'm going to add a square in here and make it the same size. Just move that out of the way. We're going to do something with both of those here soon. Sometimes my design space tends to act up. And then upload is where you would upload new images. We're not going to add any images, but this is where you would find any images you've uploaded. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to upload an image into Design Space. So from your canvas, you click on upload, go to upload images, browse, and that's going to open your computer up. If you have an image saved, just open up whatever image you are looking for. So I am going to open an image, a pretty simple image. And this is one that I made for an, actually, no, we're going to open up something a little bit more, something that would need to be cleaned up. I probably should have prepared for this a little bit better. Let's just use these glasses. Nope. So I'm going to open up an image that I created, but I'm opening it so I can show you guys how you clean it up and get it ready. So I'm going to click on simple, because for this image, I'm just wanting to remove the background of the image. So let's say we're uploading it as a print then cut. Up here, you can zoom in or out. You can scroll up and down. There's your magic eraser where you just click the area that you want to delete and it'll take everything off. I'm going to go back, undo that. There's this eraser just in case like you have some little pieces, say around here, that you need to get out. And you can resize that eraser here. And then your crop. And if you were going to crop it, you just make a box around the image. So let's zoom out of that again. And this SVG is available in my shop, which is also linked. So I like to use the magic eraser more because it gets rid of more area. So then, like I said, we're going to use this as a print then cut. So we're going to hit continue. And when you get over here, you have an option to save as a print then cut or save as a cut image. And you see it's just a blob if you save it as a cut image. So I'll show you a second one that we would save as a cut image. Go to upload, browse, and then we'll do this one again. Because that is already clean, hit simple, go to continue, continue, and then we're going to save that as a cut image. So I'm going to upload both of these. Now here you would resize just like I showed you before. Resizing the image. And My canvas is really zoomed in right now. I'm going to move these out of the way. And I'll probably end up breaking this video up because there's so much detail. So we have our image, and say we have it the right size that we need it to be. We all know that this is way too big for a print and cut. But there's a couple things that you can do up here in this top layers panel. So the first thing is you have your line type. So if for some reason you upload something wrong and you want to change it to cut, this is where you would do that. You change your colors here. Well, if we were going to change this to cut, we would have to change the fill, the print layer fill to no fill. And then you have the option to change colors. Well, we're going to change that back. Also here under cut, oops. So when we changed it back, it kept the color, but we want it to be the original artwork. We'll go over pattern filling and things like that later. So we're going to restore it back to the original artwork. This next button, select all, selects all your layers in the panel. You can click it again to deselect. The edit panel only works if you have a layer selected. So you can cut here, which removes it completely. The go back button. And then you can also copy and paste here. I'm not sure what's going on with my design space, but it's really acting up. But there is an image there. Next we have align. And align only works if you have two layers selected. So if I wanted to align both of these left, I would click align left. Why is this moving so slow? And it will align it left, align them both left. Center. They're all, pretty self-explanatory, but you have to have two layers selected. Next is arrange. And arrange is to move your layer forward or move your layer backward. So like this one, I can send all the way to the back. Another way to do that is to come right over here into your layers panel and click and drag. Flip does just exactly what it says. It's going to flip it horizontally or flip it vertically. And of course, there's a lag on my image again. The next one is size. And for print and cut, we know that it is 6.75 by 9.25. So it would just resize it to whatever numbers you put in there. I'm going to delete this second one out of here. So it resizes to whatever number you put in there. So say you are doing a 3x5 card and that's what size you need for your box to be. That's where that will come in handy. Rotating, like I said earlier, you can do it here or here. So say we wanted to rotate that 90 degrees. And it flips your image. So the position, it just tells where it is. So if you want to move this to the corner, move that to 0 and that to 0. And it aligns it to the corner. Now we have our layers, panels, options. So group works if you have 2 layers selected. So I have my first 2 layers selected and it groups them together. Now, now when I resize it, it resizes as a group as opposed to just resizing the one item. And you can click your group and ungroup it also. Next we have duplicate. And to click on duplicate, it just duplicates whatever layer that you have selected. So as you can see, it duplicated. So, and finally delete and deletes whatever you want have selected. Whatever you have selected, it's going to delete. So I'm going to delete these out of here now. Go over a couple other things. So first, we're going to move back up to the top layers panel. You have all the same things you do for an image, except you have another little toolbar down here. This first one is where you click where you select your font. So I'm going to select, we're just going to select this one. And I believe this one is just the font I downloaded. Your style, you can choose bold, italic. Sometimes they change, especially the ones that you've downloaded. Sometimes they won't change. So I'm going to go back to regular for that. Font size, you can resize it just like you did with your images. Letter spacing is probably my favorite one to use because a lot of people will ungroup and then move them together, but I like to change the spacing up here